Hello year ones, welcome to your maths lesson. Today we are learning to find a fact family. So we have already done this before, but that was with numbers to 10, and obviously now we're working with numbers to 20. So you might be wondering or trying to remember, how do I find a fact family? So our success criteria to do that is to identify which numbers are the parts and which is the whole, create two addition number sentences by adding the parts together, and then create two subtraction number sentences by subtracting the parts from the whole. So the fact family, it's all to do with the numbers and how the numbers are related to each other. So we'll be doing it with three numbers and finding the different ways of representing those numbers in subtraction and addition number sentences. Right, so let's do our fast four starter. Number one, if 5 add 4 equals 9, then 4 add 5 equals what? Number 2, 3 add 4 and 2 add 5 are bonds to what? Number 3, how do you spell the number 7? And number 4, if 5 add 3 equals 8, then 15 add 3 equals what? Alrighty, let's go through those answers. So number 1, if 5 add 4 equals 9, then 4 add 5 equals 9. That's right. When we're adding, it doesn't matter the order that we put the parts. Number 2, 3 add 4 and 2 add 5 are bonds to... That's right, they're bonds to 7. How do you spell the number 7? S-E-V-E-N. And if 5 add 3 equals 8, then 15 add 3 equals 18. Well done. Because the ones are the same. Right, well, we can't see what Steve is saying there, can we? Let's move this. Okay, so look at this picture of bean bags, yellow and red bean bags. Stevie says there are 13 more yellow bean bags than red bean bags. True or false? Okay, what do you think? Pause here if you need to. Okay, so let's find out. Now, firstly, we want to work out how many yellow bean bags there are. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So there are 13 yellow bean bags. Oh, now I already see where Stevie's got wrong here. Can you see? There can't be 13 more yellow bean bags than red bean bags because there are only 13 yellow bean bags. Full stop. So that would mean there would need to be 0 red bean bags, which there aren't. So how many red bean bags are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 red bean bags. 13 yellow bean bags, 7 red bean bags. Now we can see they're all nice and lined up, can't we? So we could use the same method we've used before. And we go. Make a line down here. We know that that's 7 yellow bean bags because they're lined up with the red bean bags. And the extra bean bags is how many more there are. So how many extra? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there are 6 more yellow bean bags. So Stevie said there are 13 more yellow bean bags than red bean bags. Sorry, Stevie, that is false. There are actually 6 more yellow bean bags than red bean bags. Well done if you got that one. Okay, here's our vocabulary. Let's go through it just quickly. I think we're pretty confident with it by now. We've got minus, subtract, take away, add, plus, and equals or equal to. And then we've got the total, means the whole number or amount. Here's our part whole model. Now today, because we're looking at fact families, we're looking at subtraction and addition. So just as a reminder, if we're doing subtraction, we have a whole number, take away a part equals the other part. But when we're adding, of course, we have part add part equals whole. All right, so have a look at the 10 frames. Now I'm going to do this one so you know what we are doing before you have a go with me in a minute. So my 10 frames have got 2 different coloured counters in them. So there are 9 red counters and 6 yellow counters. So those are the 2 parts, 9 and 6. I'll just make them the numbers a bit bigger so we can see them clearly. Bear with me a moment. Hopefully you can see that a bit better. So 9 and 6 are the 2 parts, and to find the whole number, we simply need to add the 2 parts together, don't we? Now, am I going to count them all individually like this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hopefully you interrupted me there and said, no, Miss Costello, why not? Why don't I need to count all of them? That's right, we know, because we've already counted, there are 9 red counters in here. So we just need to count on. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So the whole number is 15. Okay. So there we are. There's our completed part whole model. Those are the 3 numbers that we're using to make to find our fact families. Now the first fact family we can write is simply the way we've just worked it out. So we've counted the 9 counters first. Oh, not 8, 9 red counters. And we added the 6 yellow counters. We found that the total, or the whole number, was 15. So there's our first fact. 9 add 6 equals 15. Now the next number sentence, I've got another addition symbol. But remember, we're using the same numbers. So could I write 9 add 6 equals 15? I could, but that would be the exact same number sentence that we've just done. So I need to swap the 2 parts over. So 6 add 9 equals 15. Right. Now, in our fact family, we're moving on to the subtraction. So we're still using the same 3 numbers. Now, when we subtract, which number do we always need to start with? The whole number. So 15, subtract, let's go for 9 first. 15 subtract 9 equals 6. That's right. We start with 15. If we subtract 9, then we are left with the other part, 6. And then another subtraction number sentence. Can I start this with 9? Can I start it with 6? No, that's right. I need to start with which number? 15 again, because we're still subtracting. We still need to start with the whole number. So this time, 15 subtract 6 equals 9. Okay, so there's my first completed fact family using the numbers 15, 9 and 6. 9 add 6 equals 15, 6 add 9 equals 15, 15 subtract 9 equals 6, and 15 subtract 6 equals 9. Okay, your turn. Now, we'll do this one together. So you have a go at this one on your own first, and then we'll come back and see if you were right. So pause the screen here to do your part whole model and your fact family. So I just realized that was not particularly helpful as it was exactly the same as the last one. So I've just paused the video to make a new one for you. So let's try this one now. So pause here to have a go at the part whole model and the fact family. Okay, let's see if you are right. So this time, one of the parts is 9, or it's 9 again, because the last one was 9 red counters, and then the other part is the 8 red counters. Okay, so the whole number of counters is 17. Did you get that? Great. Okay, so let's go through the number sentences now. So, and again, it doesn't matter if you got the parts the opposite way around how I do it, as long as you've got the same 4 number sentences in any order. Any order is fine. So firstly, we could have 9 add 8 equals 17. Then we swap those parts over. 8 add 9 equals 17. Now for the subtraction number sentences, 17 subtract 9 equals 8. And 17 subtract 8 equals 9. Okay, hopefully you got that. And then we've got your turn, your activity. So this is the activity that you can find on Teams if you'd like to print it out, or if not, as always, just pause the screen here and have a go. It's similar to our other questions. This time we've got some spiders and some bees, some lovely mini beasts. Okay, when you're ready, let's move on to the next part. So this time, instead of having a part whole model, we've got a bar model. And remember, bar models are just a slightly different representation of a part whole model. So the whole number is the long bar that covers the whole length of the bar model. And then the 2 parts can either be underneath like this one, or they can be above. Just like in a part whole model, they can be in different positions. And those are the 2 parts that add together to make the whole. So this time we have been given the whole number 14, and we've been given one of the parts 6. So we need to work out what this other part is before we can start filling in the fact family. So how am I going to work out what the missing part is? We know how to do this, don't we? That's right, we can subtract. So we're working out 14 subtract 6. I'm going to use my number line. 14 subtract 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 8. So the missing part is 8. Lovely. Now we've got our 3 numbers. We've got our whole number 14 and our 2 parts 8 and 6. So in the part whole model, we have 8 plus 6 equals 14. Then swap those 2 parts over. 6 plus 8 equals 14. And then subtraction, we're going to start with 14 subtract 8 equals 6. And 14 subtract 6 equals 8. And there's our fact family. Okay. Let's do this one together. So you'll have a turn first, and then we'll come back and see if you're right. So here is our bar model this time. We've got 16 as the whole number, and 9 is one of the parts. So again, we've got to work out what this missing part is. So pause here firstly to find the missing part, and then we'll come back. So hopefully you subtracted to work it out. So starting with 16, subtract 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, landed on 7. Okay, so the missing part is 7. way that we could have done that, just as a little reminder, is we know the whole number is 7, and we know that one of the parts is 9, so we could have circled 9. And then to find the missing part, we just see how many jumps between those two numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so just as a reminder of those two different ways you can work out the missing part, work out the difference. Okay, let's do that fact family now then. Now we've got those 3 numbers, so pause here to have a go at the fact family if you haven't already done it. And when you're ready, let's check, see if you got it right. So 9 add 7 equals 16. Did you get that one? I hope so. And then 7 add 9 equals 16. And for our subtraction, 16 subtract 9 equals 7. And 16 subtract 7 equals 9. Did you get all those? Well done. Okay, and here's question 2 from the activity. Just like we've been practicing, it's with a bar model, working out the fact families from the bar models. And then as a challenge, we've got 4 numbers here. Look at the numbers and use whichever way you like to work out which ones fit into the bar model and where do they fit. Then can you write fact families for those as well? Okay, everyone, see you tomorrow. Bye.